Mabuhay Pilipinas, ito po ang PlayItRight TV at ako po si Kinito Henson. Special episode ito, it's gonna be a family affair. Our partner, Diane Castillo is with us.
Hi everybody, welcome again sa PlayItRight TV. And wow, this is gonna be an amazing episode dahil first time makakasama natin this family that's been amazing in the sport of basketball. These boys, Kinito, uh, I actually saw them, I think, when they were like, some of them were not born yet. Some of them I saw born. And then Joel, of course, had the full head and everything. No, but anyway, just kidding. Welcome to Play It Right TV, the Banal family, amazing Banal family. Joel, Gab, Noah, El, and Juan. I didn't say it in the right order, but you guys can sort it out. Welcome, and daming nating pwedeng ikwento. First of all, Kinito. Let's start with Joel. Where is everybody, first of all? Joel.
Okay, well, let me say hi, hello to the listeners or watchers or fans. I'm here in Madrid with my wife Jenny and with our favorite daughter Isabel because she's studying for 2 years. We'll be here and we'll be back in Manila in no time.
Okay, that's Joel, and
Okay,
he's
Juan
calling in from Madrid.
Yeah, Juan, Gabriel, and Rafael, and Noah, they're all in Pasig.
Okay, they're all in Metro
They're
Manila.
all in Pasig,
So,
yeah.
one person abroad, the rest of the guys in the Philippines, kami ni Dayan, are also in the Philippines. But I understand, Noah, your grandson, the son of Juan, will be going to Spain. And by the way, he's with the Philippine under-16 team, has qualified to play in the World Cup FIBA under-17 in Turkey next year.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. And
Congratulations.
Noah, I understand you also have a plan for Noah to
Yes.
take some instruction and training in Spain.
Right.
Tell us about that.
I have gone around looking for a training camp. No, there are several training camps here, and there's even an NBA training camp in La Liga. No, they're gonna open in January. So I've looked around and I've already talked to the coaches and the administrators, and I'm bringing in Noah in January to March, like a 2-month training, daily training for him. No, he'll be working out with taller guys, no, because that is to prepare him for the under-17 in Turkey International World Basketball. So it's a good training for him. It's a good time for him to learn European basketball. No? And I feel like his type of game is somewhat like European basketball. He has that outside touch, and he can handle the ball at 6'2.5". So I feel he's gonna fit here. No? So that's the plan. Bring him over for 2 months in preparation for Turkey in July 2024. That's it.
And for those who don't remember, Joel Banal is not only a champion coach but also a champion player. He won 4 championships in the PBA as a player. He has won championships in every conceivable league of importance in the Philippines: NCAA, UAAP, PBL, and the PBA itself. Then let's introduce Gab Banal. He is a player with Blackwater in the PBA. He has won the MVP finals in the PBA D League. He has also played in the MPBL. We also have Juan Banal, who I think is one of the best young basketball analysts and commentators. And he is involved with CNN at the moment. Previously, he was with PBA. I think he's going to make a comeback very, very soon. And Noah, we already know a little bit about him because he's, as we mentioned, he's going to be playing in the FIBA World Cup under-17 in Turkey next year. And then we have Ayel, who also played for Blackwater in the PBA, total of 5 conferences, playing 3x3 basketball. So this is a basketball playing and loving family.
Incredible.
All of them actually look like brothers. But there's also one thing that
Muchas gracias, Kinito. Muchas
Oh,
gracias.
but it's not just basketball that binds these guys together. there's another reason why Joel is in Spain. It's not just to chaperone his daughter, although that's a solid reason. It's also because of his faith, his Christian beliefs. And Gab, can you tell us a little bit about the Christianity that also binds this family together?
Well, yeah, I mean, my dad always preaches that we're not only basketball players, but we're also giving glory to God through how we play and how we live our lives. And our faith and basketball binds our family. I believe that it's part of our DNA. So it's been incredible because like we're not only playing or living for ourselves, but we're also inspiring other people through how we play basketball and how we live our lives. So it's really part of who we are. And credit to my dad.
Diane?
Yeah, super credit to your dad. I remember you guys, we used to go to the same church before a long, long time ago, and you all were like less than 1 meter high. And I remember, yeah, I'm not sure if the youngest was born, but I think I pretty much saw maybe the last two or three born, but you just kept adding up. But you guys were so faithful, always in church. Joel, I wanted to ask you, Kinita mentioned that you're also there for your faith. Are you doing any
Yeah,
missionary work there? Are you involved in a church? Can you make us
yeah.
cuento a little bit before we get
Oh, sure,
talking
sure.
more
It's
about basketball?
Yeah. When Isabel found out that there's an opportunity in Madrid, she applied, and we said, if you're gonna make it, there are probably like 300 candidates, and two were chosen, and she's a Filipino, and she was in Hong Kong then, so I felt like probably they will choose two guys from Hong Kong, but she was chosen. Huh? So that was the first step. We said, I think God has a plan for us in Madrid. So
Mm,
then we applied for a non-lucrative visa, long stay for 2 years, not a
wow.
tourist visa, but a non-lucrative visa, and we were approved again. And so we said like this is the hand of God is in this project. So I said maybe he's bringing me to Madrid for something. And right
Okay.
now I am attending like being involved in three churches. That's Saint John's and Vida Pasionada, the Victory EN Church in Madrid. And I
Every
also
nation,
was,
every nation, Madrid.
yeah, every nation. That's Vida Pasionada. And then I got invited in a Filipino church, evangelical church named Golden Harvest, and I was able to share one Sunday. And on Wednesday, I'm gonna be sharing in their men's fellowship, men's ministry. I'm gonna be talking about leadership and fatherhood. So I'm grabbing this opportunity because when I retired in 2012 from coaching, professional coaching, I
Mm-hmm.
felt like there was a calling for me to really go full time in the ministry.
Yeah.
So I started a Bible study in Marikina. It's a UMAC forwarding company in Marikina, and up to now, it's ongoing. So I wanna call myself as a full time basic Bible teacher. So I don't say that I know the Bible, but I know the basics. So I'd say if you want to know the basics of the Bible, I'm here. So yeah, that's what I do now.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Um,
let's talk to Juan. Juan, tell us about your journey as well. We know that you were a Team B player at Ateneo, and then what got you involved in sports commentating and annotating? I know that there's that basic love for basketball, and how did you influence your firstborn, Noah, and getting him to fall in love with the game as well?
Um, well, I think yeah, basketball is something that we talk about inevitably over dinner. Doesn't matter. Whenever we come together, which is usually every Sunday, we'll talk about usually three things: chismes, like what's the update on what's happening in your life. Then eventually we'll start talking about basketball, and so the women in the family start separating themselves when that happens. So they start talking about other stuff because we start talking about basketball inevitably, and then it will always end with us talking about our faith. You know how, and it's just a natural progression every single time. And um, me basketball, I love the sport so much. I grew around, and it's not just our family. My cousins, my uncles, they're all involved in basketball. Even my lola, my dad's mom, was very much involved in everyone's basketball career. And for me, although I didn't eventually play professionally, I just for me, it's just I'm just a fan of the game. I'm a fan of my brothers and my dad. um and what got me into basketball analysis is I was thinking to myself, like, I I my wife catches me talking about the game and explaining the game to her when we watch my brother's games or my dad's games.
Mm-hmm.
And she was the one who planted the idea in my mind, and she said, why don't you just be an analyst, because you keep
Yeah.
talking while I'm watching. So I kept explaining to her the game. She didn't understand, so I explained everything. And again, half of me, I love basketball, but half of me, I'm an educator also by profession. And so it came very handy when I had to explain it in the most simplest way. And I think that's what I think other people appreciate when I analyze the game and when I try to kind of explain what's happening, what's transpiring. And Noah, he started young, but we never forced him. Did I force you? I didn't force. I think I
No,
didn't force you.
ang bilis niya
Um,
sinabi. No, no, no.
I don't think I forced him. It's just that being exposed to the sport. But I did ask him. I remember he was like 7 or 8 years old, and I asked him, like, Noah, if you want to do this, um, my dad imparted in us that there's no such thing as half-heartedness. You can't be half baked. You if you go in, then you go all in, right? What's worth doing is worth doing well. And so at an early age, we asked him that, and he said, if you want to do this, and you really feel like it's something you want to pursue, then we're gonna support you all the way. And you're gonna get every support that you're gonna get. But if you decide that it's not your path, then well and good, we move on to the next. But as long as you're here, we go all out. And I think that has really led to his growth and progression in the sport.
Ngayon naman, pinapag-usapan natin si Noah. Tanungin naman natin si Noah. Noah, una-una, you must be what, 16 years old? And how tall are you? And what was your experience like playing for the under-16 team and now moving towards the World Cup? Noah, the floor
Um,
is yours.
the experiences are really fun for me. It was new. I got to know everyone, and I just enjoyed the experience in general. And I know that we're all preparing for Turkey. We really want to win. And yeah, we're just excited, and I'm
Yeah, you
So
excited.
guys,
you're
you guys finished fourth in the Asian qualifiers, but you felt you could have done better.
Uh, I think we all gave it our best. So
Okay.
But China's just 7 feet, so I
yeah,
think
yeah,
Yeah, that's unfair. That's unfair.
are
But
you
16
excited to
models
go to
are seven
Spain?
footers.
yeah, but
Noah, are
over
you
in Turkey,
excited to be headed to Spain?
I'm very excited. I also miss my grandparents. So
Sip
yeah,
sip.
Oh, that's sweet.
no sip sip.
Sweet naman. But anyway, before we move more talking to Noah, si Ael naman. Ael, correct? Is that how you say
Yes, correct.
how
Yes,
you're called,
correct.
Ael? Okay, so I
Yes,
was reading that your basketball journey, you're the fourth son, di ba? Pang-apat,
yes. I'm number
correct?
four. I'm number four.
So your dad described you went on another path. You studied in the US,
Yes, yes.
college basketball,
Um,
then a draft card, and now you're with Will Country X3, correct?
that was last conference. Now I'm with Macfa Solver. It's a new team for PBA 33. It's also a guest team. But yeah, so I've been, all over the place also when it comes to basketball. Went to college, also took a risk, studying the States, getting a scholarship there, and then headed, and now finding a new joy in 3x3 basketball, which is shaping up to be a very, very entertaining sport. It's actually popular all over the world, and it's now hopefully it gets accustomed to the Filipinos as well because it's something that we can all enjoy. Everybody plays half court 3x3 when we were young, so I think it's gonna be a really exciting sport for the Philippines.
Yeah, I wanted to further ask you about your college basketball in the US. Um, you always
Mhm.
describe it as a risk, na parang risk yon. Why did you call it as a risk, and how do you think it has helped you now in your basketball journey? Like you said, leading you to the to 3x3 naman.
At that time, because at that time and still is a little bit now, the traditional way of making a career here in the Philippines is playing either UAAP or NCAA basketball. So
Yeah.
that's why I said it was a risk because it was new, it was unique. I had offers here from colleges, but um, I was also part of the under 18 national team back then with Sina Kiefer Avena, Geranteng.
Right.
We were the youth team. And so we actually, before we competed in FIBA Asia, we trained in the States. We trained in Indiana. And so I saw the training. And so I skipped a year out of high school to
Mhm.
train in the States, the same trainer. And then it just opened an opportunity for me to get a scholarship in the States. And my dad and I were talking about it. Obviously, the traditional and the comfort zone to play basketball here. But then it was also another opportunity for me to pick different things from a different country. Especially the states competition is really high no matter what level you play there, and so that's the risk that we took. And I use it to this day because we compete with pocket tournaments with international players in 3x3.
Mm-mm.
And so I'm not at all surprised with international play anymore. I'm accustomed to it. So I can say it turned out pretty well.
Great.
especially
Six
since
foot two,
3x3 is an
right?
Olympic.
You're
Yeah,
6'2", Al.
Sorry.
You're 6'2", is that correct?
On a good day.
and a good day.
All, all your kids
On a
are
good day.
over 6 feet, Joel. Grabe. Even your grandson, si Noah, is how tall are you now at 15? You're over six, right? 6'2"?
Yeah, he's 6'2".
I'm 16.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. Well,
Really amazing.
3x3 IL is already an Olympic event. So
Yeah. Yes, it is. It is.
it's certainly opening up a lot of doors in different countries. And Gab, okay, playing for Blackwater, and I'm sure your dad was a major influence in your basketball career. When was the last time you played one-on-one against your dad at Sino Nanalo?
Uh,
Just a minute.
we just play
Oh,
chess now.
catch. Joel, papayag
No
ka ba
more
dyan?
basketball.
Uh, when was the last time you played one-on-one with any of your kids?
Okay, you know me, Kinito.
Oh,
I would rather not play if I have a chance to lose. You know that,
okay.
right? That's why I
I
won
know
a lot
that.
of
I know that.
championships because I won't join if I won't win a championship. So when it was when I felt that I cannot beat them anymore, I stopped. So they didn't beat me. They didn't beat me.
Good one.
That must have
Smart.
been a long time ago.
Yeah,
Joel,
a long time ago. A long time ago. Well,
God
we
just. Oh,
occasionally we shoot baskets.
okay.
And in fact, I planned a shootout with a prize, no, with all my sons because they all play basketball, even my grandchildren's. So yeah, we still love to do that. No, that's easy for me to shoot baskets, and even Noah, no, when I train with him, we shoot baskets and we shoot free throws. Like every time he beats me, I give him 1,000 pesos.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay.
Actually, I just want to share a story. We actually got to play together. Well, Noah wasn't born yet, but we
Yeah.
we flew to the UK and we got invited to play against a selection of Filipinos in London. And I think that was very memorable for us. It's a core memory because we got to play with our dad. And actually, Kinito, we have one more brother who comes after me, who's probably, I think we can all agree, who's the best amongst the siblings. He just didn't make
Really?
it professionally,
Yeah.
but he became an architect. His name's Miguel. He comes after me. He's just 1 year younger, but I think he's the best out of all of us. He's a natural scorer, natural shooter. And he was the MVP during that time when we played in the UK. And it's just fun. That's a core memory because we got to play with our dad, and I think it was still fit at that time. But
Yeah.
I think
Was,
eventually I
huh?
got to
Was?
play with my dad also in another tournament. We played together in an inter school because we used to own a school, and then there was like a faculty against faculty of other schools, and I got to play with him. And he's very competitive. You know, he's already having a hard time running, but he's still gonna like he got. I was there was this one time I was trying to shoot a three because tambak na yung kalaban. Got called a timeout, and just scolded me for shooting threes. Is that how you play? Why are you shooting threes? Go back inside the paint.
Let
So I was
me
like, this guy's
let me con-
competitive.
let me elaborate more on that story.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay. The international school first. So we're a startup school, and we had like 300 students at that time.
Mm-hmm.
So every male student is a member of the varsity. You don't need to try out because there's a few guys. No, so okay. So our games with other international schools, like we get beat by 60 points and 70 points
Wow.
because we really have a ragtag team. So anyway, one time after losing so many games, one of the organizers said, "Why don't we have a faculty admin fun game?" And I said, I was smiling behind because I said, "That's a big mistake." So we won 3 years in a row
Oh,
Oh,
in
galing,
championship.
galing.
I was what 55 at that time,
uh-huh.
and we played against, like, for example, the European
School,
international
German
school. They
European
had
school, yeah.
Germans like 6'4",
And
6'5" Germans,
French, yeah. Germans and
French,
French.
and they are football players. So suddenly, my PBA blood rushed, no,
Yeah.
and I was uh, and also that time when Juan was taking a lot of 3-point shots, hindi tambak ang kalaban. Actually, it was close, no. I think we were trailing by 7 points in the semis, and he was taking threes. And I called the time. I said, "You want us to lose? Why are you taking threes?"
Such a cool
Even
In
our
my
story.
defense, I
janitor.
was making some. In my defense, I was making some. So I thought, heat
Okay,
check lang.
all
So I
right.
called the
And then
timeout just not to
and
get
then he,
upset with me.
yeah, and then I said, "Give me the ball at the post." So I got the ball at the post, and I asked one to cut. Like, we won by 5 points, so that's a 12-point turnaround. So by just doing that,
Oh,
so
what a
and then
story.
one janitor was taking threes also. I called the timeout. I said, "From now on, do not touch the ball, okay?"
Okay, yung mga
But Joel,
instructions, ano yan?
what do you how do you still play? Do you shoot some balls there in Madrid, or how do you stay active there?
Oh, okay. I go to, because the churches here, they have a day off Monday basketball. No, they invited me. Yeah, and I say, if I play with you guys, uh, I'm telling you now. I'm sorry if I hit some of you guys because that's how I play now. It's
Come.
experienced basketball. So yeah, so I'm invited, but I haven't tried it. No, I attended one practice, and I organized them. I said, well, the coach in me came out again. I said, "You're
That's
20
great.
players. Play 2 games, and then I will select the team A and team B, so that the team B will enjoy playing against their level. Because when they play against good players, they rarely touch the ball, so they don't enjoy. So let's make a group A and group B. And the group A will enjoy it more because they're playing against better players. So like when you're good, you don't want to play against not so-so players, right? So I organize them. And yeah, it's still the coach in me is still there.
For
Joel,
sure.
meron naman akong tanong. Sa lahat ng mga anak mo, including your grandsons, which guy resembles you the most in terms of playing skill and ability and form?
Oh.
Love you, Dad. Sorry.
Wala yata. Walang
That's the safest answer.
Well, I think each of them got a little of me,
Mhm.
including Noah. No, Noah is a very good free throw shooter, so that's what I do best. So Gab is a good passer. That's me. Juan is a good shot blocker. That's really me. Like when I was
Mm.
starting to to play basketball. I was learning basketball. I was 13, 14, 15 years old. That's all I do. I choose the best player of the other team, and I'm going to, at one point, I'm going to block his shot. And that makes me happy. So Juan got that from me. And Rafael is a uh, all around. He has a magnet to the ball, and he loves to just dominate since grade school, no? Grade school, I saw him like in Xavier. He was really very dominant. He's dominant. And uh, most of all, he cries when he loses, when he was in grade school. And
Yeah.
that's me.
Do
I
you also
cry when
cry?
I lose. I cry when I lose. I hate to lose.
Talaga? Up to what
I
age
have a
did you
story. I
cry?
have a story with that. I remember. So I think Rafael was grade 3 or grade 2, and he was crying. And his classmate or teammate asked him, "Why are you crying? It's just a game." And then I remember my dad talking to that teammate like he's a PBA player. And my dad goes, "To him, it's not just a game."
Love it. Well, that's
So,
the way you need to be passionate. I want, you
yes.
know what? I mean, Joel, you must feel so proud when you see all your boys, diba? But I guess you were the first coach of all your kids.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, because when during their growing years, I was with Alaska.
Mm-hmm.
So every time we're in the playoffs, especially in the finals, so Alaska went to the finals like a million times. So they're all there. They're all there. They watch the games. They were in all the victory parties of Alaska. No? So they're really very, very exposed.
Yeah.
And I need not encourage them to play basketball. It's they were exposed, and they saw it. They're excited. I was excited. They got excited. So before I knew it, they were into it.
Nice. I wanted to ask Juan, okay, the analyst, since well, I'm sure you magaling ka mag-analyze ng game. How would you describe, like, if you were like gonna describe each of your brothers, like their game, including your son and your dad, like let's say you were in a broadcast, how would you describe their game? Juan,
You know,
start first.
interesting.
Yeah, go ahead.
Maybe as a whole first, the umbrella descriptor, which is I think fitting to how the game is played today. They're
Mm-hmm.
all twinners. Like they can play multiple positions. So my dad can play multiple positions. My brother Gab plays multiple positions. My brother Al plays multiple positions. Same as my son Noah, he plays one, two,
Mm-hmm.
three as well. So I think if there's one overarching I think similarity
Mm-hmm.
between the Banals, it's being able to play multiple positions, and I think that's an advantage that they have, and I think that's really the common denominator.
Nice.
Well,
Um,
over to Gab naman, no. Pag-usapan natin ang PBA. You guys are
Mhm.
uh, not doing too well.
Mhm.
Blackwater is 1-5. You've lost. Is it 1-5? I think you've lost the last
Correct, correct.
five
Yeah, correct,
games. You won your first game. Um,
correct.
Joel, I'm sure you're watching the Gab's games in the PBA. Uh, Gab and Joel, could you care to find out what do you think needs to be turned around? You've got a crazy import. I mean, this guy is an
Mhm.
insane scorer. He's really very impressive. Chris Ortiz. I mean, he knows how to preserve himself. He's clearly an international player. The way he's
Correct.
playing. So, what do you think Blackwater needs to get you guys back on track, especially with your new coach Jeff Carriazo?
I feel like it's just a matter of time. Again, it's Coach Jeff's first conference, so there's a lot of major changes that's happening, and we got a scorer import in Chris Ortiz. And when you look at it, all our games are actually close, and Coach Jeff always says that to not be high, not too high and not too low. And if you look at our games, we could easily be 3-3 or 5-1. And he always says that Terra Firma is our only real loss because when he does the stats, like we were there, like I think we're number 2 in defense. So just a lot of major changes happening in the organization, and I feel like it's just the first conference of Coach Jeff. There are a lot of adjustments, and I feel like we're gonna get on the winning streak in no time.
Okay. Coach Joel, what do you say about that?
Yeah, I agree. Because I have experiences. I had experiences like first time in the team. No? It is so difficult, especially uh, Jeff with a lot of rookies in the team, right? They have good rookies in the team. So the question there is, would I invest on them or would I focus on winning? So I think what he's doing is like one step backwards and two steps forward. So later on, he will have to, yeah, he would harvest well, no, from his investments. No? I think that's what he's doing. So naturally, you will lose games. No? If you try to use your rookies, you'll lose games. So I think the focus is to prepare this team for winning in the future.
That's
Diane?
nice. Do you stay in touch with your boys, Joel, in terms of giving them basketball advice since you're still so into it, and I can see that they super look up to you. Madalas mo ba silang nakakausap about each of their games like Ael, Noah, and Gab, and I don't know how you influence the analysis of one.
Only if they ask for advice, but if they don't ask, I will force it.
Okay, okay. Okay. So what
So
is your okay, go ahead. Yeah, that's
no,
good. That's good.
okay.
Always
So
your
I
dad.
just talked to AL a few days ago.
Okay.
We talked really hardly about what's happening. And Gab also, like sometimes he wouldn't like it, but I would force it. No?
Okay.
Uh, because Gab is a very intelligent player. He knows. But I need to make sure that he knows. That's why I talk to him. And
Make
Noah,
sure that
let
he
me tell.
knows you know more. Go
Okay,
ahead. Say
Noah,
Noah.
I'll tell you a story. Noah, last year. So Noah, I saw him like because they live close to our house. Like every after practice, every after workout, he passes by our house and he would come to our house and say hi. And he's so sweaty and everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I saw him working so hard, but I need to know something, Then last year, I brought him to the games in the UAAP. All the top teams, no, LaSalle, Ateneo, and UP games in the first round
Mm-hmm.
and the second round, and in the finals, we watched it together. And while watching, I give him tips and I show him the better players and the way they think and their intensity and their attitude to win. And at some point, I asked him, Noah, if your goal and your dream and your ambition is not to play in for one of these teams,
Mm-hmm.
and if your ambition is not to play in this stage in front of this crowd,
Yeah.
you better stop playing basketball.
Mm.
But if your dream is to be like one of these guys and play in front of this crowd, I said, then I will support you all the way. So I think I'd like to believe that
Mm-hmm.
Noah made a decision. That's why after that he was called in the national team, and then he performed well, and he was included in the 12-man lineup. So I felt like because that was my experience when I watched live. The first time I watched live a game,
Mm-hmm.
basketball game between Pestasukan national team and the ABC bound national team.
Wow.
Uh, I felt like I want to be one of these guys. I want to be like them. So I think watching it live make you feel the intensity, make you see the sweat, no,
Yes.
in the eyebrows of the player and the uniform so wet and everything. You see the physicality of the game. You hear how they make instructions, how they talk, how they yell in the court, and when you do that, you will know if you want it or not. And I feel by bringing Noah there live in front of, I mean, watching these teams, top teams, I made him feel, yeah, a little bit inspired or wanted.
Did you mention Lasal? As you did mention Lasal, no? That's
Yeah,
gonna make
Lasal.
the dean happy. Kaya you have to mention Lasal as one of the top
Yeah,
teams.
Lasal.
And
Yeah,
Gab as well.
congratulations,
Gab,
you won.
Gab
Yeah.
too,
Yeah,
Gab too.
Gab also.
In fact, ito pala,
Reactions,
my
huh?
second son, next to Juan, my second son, went to Lasal. Went to
Uh-huh.
Lasal Green
Green
Hills.
Hills, Green
You
Hills.
mean
Yeah.
Miguel?
So,
Si
yeah,
Yes,
Miguel.
Miguel.
went to
Miguel,
Lasal
yeah.
Green
Okay.
Hills.
And he played there. Yeah, he was good, but suddenly he stopped. No? So,
Well, just a
That's
question here
nice.
for Ayel. Ayel, as Diane mentioned, you did go to school in the US and you played there on scholarships. You played for Victory and you played for Hope International. And then you played several conferences in the PBA. You were exposed big time to 5-on-5 basketball. Now you're on 3x3. You think that somewhere down the road you want to go back to 5-on-5, or are you going to be a 3x3 specialist? Because there are many of those, especially in
Mhm.
Europe. So many 3x3 specialists who now make it their career to become 3x3 players because there's a career path for that. Ayel.
Um, yeah. Actually, which is really weird because I never saw myself playing 3x3 basketball ever. Um,
Mm.
but I'm kind of taking it one step at a time. And right now I'm in the present where I'm really enjoying 3x3 because I feel like it's basketball in its purest form. And so I'm I'm I haven't thought about going back to 5.5. So far I'm just really enjoying the 3x3 experience. And going back to what you said, I've met a lot of international players because we get them as imports for little pocket tournaments sometimes. And their life is they travel every week to different countries and play 3x3 basketball for like 10 months out of the year.
Oh my
And
gosh.
it's amazing because they travel and play basketball, and next week naman they'll go to Europe, next week naman they'll go to Mongolia, next week naman they'll go to America, Southeast Asia. And so it's actually a very very interesting idea because they've given up on the 5-on-5 conventional career, yet they still play basketball 3x3 and get to travel the world on a weekly basis. So with that being said, I'm just enjoying 3x3 right now. Not really sure where it's gonna take me, but haven't thought about 5-on-5 in a long time. Just really enjoying 3x3.
So you like that idea or of like traveling? Is that something that you that gets you excited? Not traveling different places every week?
Just this past year, I was able to go to Vietnam, to Thailand, and go to different countries, just to China, just to play 3x3. And it's something that I never thought would happen. You know, you usually have to be an overseas player, stay long periods of time if you play international 5-on-5. But 3x3 makes it more accessible and more for those who love traveling. Like it becomes a career for them already.
You
And
like
I think
traveling then?
yeah, and
Yes,
it certainly has opened a lot of doors for different
right.
basketball players because it's an option.
Yes,
It's
yes,
certainly a career option as well.
yeah.
Well, Diane, it's been a very interesting conversation with the Banal family, and I think there's a reason why this family is called Banal. And the Christian faith
Banal.
is very very
Amen.
strong with
Amen.
his family. And before we end this episode, just if we may ask each and every one of you to say a few words, share a few maybe remarks of inspiration to those who are watching about Christianity, about basketball, and maybe sports in general. And we'll save Coach Joel for the last platform, but maybe if we can start with Gab, and then we'll move on to Juan and Noah, IL, and then Coach Joel. Gab?
Yeah, definitely. My faith has been an anchor for my career. I mean, like from being in the PBA in and out and making it to the Gilas lineup and actually signing another contract in the PBA. So I mean, without my faith, I don't think it's possible to be back in the PBA and achieve the goals that I did. And so for me, it really goes hand in hand because there are teachings in the Christian faith that will surely apply not just in basketball, but also especially in life.
Thanks, Gab.
Right.
One?
Yeah, for me, Christianity is the belief in knowing that Jesus Christ is your savior, and it starts with that. It begins with understanding your identity in Christ through Christ, and the way God has created you and how He's using you. And for us, our family, we've always seen basketball as a means to an end. You know, it's not the end goal. It's really just a platform for us to give glory and experience and strengthen our faith. And actually, Noah had his, just the journey that he had in this Gilas experience. It really stretched his faith and exercised it. And I'm really happy. Like at some point, I was tempted to, parry that, but then my wife and I realized, no, this is his faith journey. And we should let him experience it without really intervening. And so for us, ultimately, it all goes back and points toward the Lord. And in basketball, it's just a platform for us.
Okay. Ikaw naman, Noah, you're gonna be traveling a lot this coming year. You're gonna go to Spain for training, tapos pupunta ka sa Turkey for the World Cup Under-17. What are your feelings right now, Noah?
And what are your
Uh,
goals, Noah?
right now I'm feeling grateful for everything, and my goals right now are just to improve every single day, and to be the best version of myself every single month, or just try to get better. So yeah.
Are you homeschooled?
Yes, I'm homeschooled.
All
Yeah,
right.
that's an amazing journey. Okay, let's move on to Ael.
Yeah. I guess I would say, if there's anything that I've learned from my family, to the viewers, and also to Noah, I'll tell you this also right now is, basketball is a gift, and basketball, whatever you love doing, whether arts, whether business, whether so many different things, it's a gift, and go all out, throw your whole life into pursuing what you love. But at the end of the day, it's a beautiful gift, but it's just a gift, and to never forget the giver. If there's one thing that, my family has taught me, is there's so many things you cannot control in life. I never thought that I would play 3x3. You can't control injuries. You can't control the minutes that the coach will make you play. And so, never forget about the giver, because basketball is a gift, but it's only a gift as well. And so, basketball is just a means for us to worship Him and to give the glory to Him. And there's so much life elsewhere. So yeah, I guess that's
That's a
part
wonderful
of it.
message, Ael. Wonderful
Great
message. And
gift.
finally, the patriarch, the man who
The
who has
eldest brother.
who has bonded this family together, Coach
Uh,
Joel, and of course
yeah,
we always want to say hi to Jenny as well. But Coach Joel, please.
okay. I want to say something about basketball. Probably it's not exposed yet, but we are a family with three generations of youth basketball participation as a national team player. No, I was a
Mm-hmm.
member of the 1979 20 and under youth team that won in Manila. Sorry, 1978 in Manila. And after we beat China in Manila, we were the representative of Asia in the first World Youth held in Brazil in 1979. I was a team captain. And then Gab also played for the under 18 under coach Franz Pumaren. They played in Malaysia and they played in Iran. Uh, and then Rafael also was a member of the 18 and under youth team, national team, who played in Myanmar and for the eliminations and for the eliminations, and then went to play in Yemen for the Asian Youth under 18 tournament, no, FIBA Asia. And Noah played for the under 16 national team in Qatar, and but he's able to achieve, you know, to have a chance to play in the FIBA World under 17 in
Mm-hmm.
Turkey. So that means that if Noah makes it to the team and is able to play in Turkey next year, so he and I were members of the Philippine national team youth team who played in the World Basketball, no, FIBA World. No. So we are three generations of national team members of the youth team. And about my faith, I'd just like to share. During this is unforgettable. No? During the ring ceremony of the Ateneo Championship in 2002, I was asked to say something in front of the community, and I said, "There's no doubt in my mind that God destined Ateneo to win the 2002 UAAP Championship. I am just so blessed that He put me to be a part of the team and to enjoy this victory, seeing these young guys achieve and everything for the Ateneo community to win that championship. No? So, uh, uh, if I look back all the championships and everything, when I watched the championships that we won, I said, "How can I do this? How was I able to do this?" So that's why I have no uh, I don't want to get any credit for all the championships since I was a player, the national team, the PBA, and in the PBA. I would say that the hand of God was there. He had a purpose in my life uh, to probably to be a witness of His grace, of His goodness and faithfulness, and to be an inspiration to those who are trying to achieve in the natural, but it is also, I want to say that it's all by the grace of God that you're able to achieve. No, even your hard work is a grace from God. Even the time for the available time for you to work and to get better is from the grace of God. So I just want to say that all these achievements and everything is the hand of God and it's the goodness of God in my life.
Well, thank you very
Wonderful.
much, Joel, and so well said. And I'm sure all of our viewers are very inspired, not just by your words, but the words of your brothers, of your son, rather,
Good job, Pietro.
and your grandson. You guys are a wonderful family. And Diane, any parting words from you?
Well, definitely the hand of God, the favor of God, the anointing of God, the blessing of God. Amazing. I mean, just listening to you is like such a such a boost of faith. It really is a fine example of how God can work in your life if you put Him first through the ups and downs and just staying together. I love your story, not just your sports story, but the way God and sports has really bonded your family. It's a super inspiration, and God bless you more, guys. And hope to see you soon, Joel.
Oh yeah, sure.
If you come back,
In
you
no
and your
time, we'll
wife.
be in Manila.
Are you
Yeah, or
coming back
maybe
now?
No, 2 years.
2 years.
Sorry,
2 years.
2025.
Oh,
So
2 years pa.
yeah, so
Yeah.
maybe Diane and I can visit you.
Sure. Sure.
Together. Thank
Yeah.
you so
But
much for being
guys,
on the show.
maraming
Noah,
salamat.
we're
This
gonna be
this has been
watching you,
amazing.
everyone.
Yeah.
I'll,
Thank
yeah.
you. Yeah.
Say
Thank
hi
you.
Thank you,
to
Thank you
Jen.
for
Jenny.
Thank
having
you,
me.
Nito, for
Thank
having
you,
us.
thank you,
Thank you for
Joel.
having us.
Thank you, Gab. Thank you, Juan. Thank you, Noah. Thank you, Oel. And regards to Jenny. Maraming salamat.
Yeah, I'll do
The
that.
Banal family. Thank you so much. Well, Diane, that ends our conversation with the Banals. And sabi ko nga kanina, no? How appropriate that their name is Banal.
Oo
Because
nga eh.
God is so much a part of their lives. You can feel it as
Super.
they talk about their
Super.
stories.
Yeah.
Amazing.
it's so nice that, like, of course, see Joel, diba? He's so strong in his faith, but it's even more wonderful to see that his children have really, really, like, also embraced their faith, and you can see it's really real and it's helped them so much. So, wow, I was really inspired
Yeah,
by
so
all of
was I.
them
So was
speaking.
I. Well, I hope
Can't
you
wait to see
viewers
that
also
Noah.
enjoy that. Yeah, pati si Noah, no? Ang ganda ng magsalita. And of course, the way he expressed himself and the way he also said that he wants to get better and better. Very inspiring. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Maraming salamat for joining us on Play It Right TV. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe to your favorite sports talk show. And we're here for you 3 times a week on Play It Right TV. This is Kenito Henson saying, and Diane Casillejo, goodbye and see you again.
See you
Play
next
it right
time.
all the time.
Salamat. See ya.